People are absolutely furious about this change. The change we're talking about is the change to Crossbow. As you guys know, the weapon balancing update did come out last update, and the way they changed the Crossbow, honestly, in my opinion, is pretty good. But it turns out a majority of the Crutch Crossbow mains are very upset. And in today's video, we're going to be seeing if they are valid or if they're just being little babies. My guess is the second option. Before, I kind of feel as if the Crossbow was just free. I feel like it was a Crutch class, and I feel like it was borderline a participation trophy. It was really easy to get kills with, it was really easy to be good with, but now it does take a little bit more skill and a little bit more timing, and people just aren't happy with that, which is understandable. But I feel like if you like Crossbow enough for it actually being a Crossbow, then you get good with this version as well. And if I'm being honest, this version's still not very hard either. People are so upset that Sid even had to post in the Discord saying some of you may be upset about the changes and nerfs to your favorite classes, but changes are needed to get the game into a state where all classes are on equal footing. The changes may not be perfect at first, but with your feedback we can make adjustments. Crossbow was much too OP in its previous state and needed drastic changes. However, we're open to suggestions, of course. So with that being said, if you guys are a Crossbow main and upset about this update, please let me know what you guys would actually do to change it, to make it fair, not OP. But I think it's absolutely crazy that if people are so outraged about this that the dev had to actually come out and say what he said. With that being said, leave a like on this video, and if you guys will be buying any Krunkies for Krunker Season 5, please use creator code SORABLE. It is by far the best way to support the channel. Let's hop right into the brand new Crossbow. So honestly, I love the changes to Crossbow. I feel like it takes more skill now. They didn't really affect the tracking or anything like that. The only thing they changed is the fact you have to charge it up now. If I did not make it clear, for as much time as you charge it up, the more damage it does. If you hold it for too long, of course, it does overcharge and you have to recharge it. So honestly, I think this is a genius way how they balance this gun in class. I feel like it's only fair this way. It's honestly kind of like a glorified throwing knife, to be honest with you. But I must admit, it is much harder to use now, but I don't think it's necessarily ruined, and I still think it's a very viable and strong option. One thing I will say is trying to aim then shoot while charging up is a lot to do and kind of confusing in some parts. Like sometimes I'm way too focused on the charging up part and not the aiming part and not the tracking part, and it gets really confusing, and then I start dying and then I'm dead. It is a little bit complicated, but I think with enough practice it'll be really good. If I had to guess, it'll be just as good as the old Crossbow, because that's the thing, they really did not change anything except this charge up time. So as usual, we're just gonna go in, try to get some cool clips. I doubt we can hit a quad feed with this thing now, but if I could, I would, and I think we're just gonna try to get a nuke. Yeah, you're most definitely at a massive disadvantage with the amount of time it takes to charge up this weapon. Like if you're going against an AK and you miss a shot, they're probably going to take you out before you can charge up your next shot. And also I noticed if you're going up against really good snipers, they're probably going to snipe you before you have time to charge up. I feel like one thing that would make sense with this new system is having a damage multiplier for headshots, because hitting someone in the head with a crossbow and them not dying does feel a little bit weird, but I don't know, that might just make it just as good as it used to be, because honestly aiming for the head is not the hardest thing in the world. So I most definitely think the idea with the crossbow change is really good, but I do think it's flawed in some systems, and like Sid said, with feedback I think it could be just the perfect Crossbow class. But Sid was honestly right. The Crossbow is far too OP for far too long. Like I said, if I'm being honest, it was really just a crutch class. Didn't really take skill to get a kill with it. The hardest thing you had to do was track your shot, which is not very hard at all. The Krunker is very fast paced, so it is kind of weird to be limited to time. Maybe increasing the time to shoot would be a little bit easier, like charge time to shot. And one thing I noticed, and it's honestly just on my part, is I'm trying to shoot before it's fully charged, because I feel like if it's in the red for too long, it's going to overcharge me, and I don't want that to happen. But it needs to be red to be full power to kill things. I just had no shot there, dude. Honest feedback, I most definitely think the charge up time might need to be a tad faster. Not significantly faster, but faster enough to where if I kill one person, I have a chance to charge up to the next full shot to shoot the next person. Because if I kill an AK and there's another AK there, chances are I'm dead before I can even fully charge my shot. And even though no one cares but me, I feel like trick shotting with the crossbow is kind of dead, seeing how it takes forever to charge in midair. Yeah, I feel like it being the same charge up time as the knife would be fair, honestly. Because this just takes forever. Like 1, 2, almost 2 full seconds. It's almost situational if it's good or not. Most definitely doable though. By the way, go follow me on Krunker. Don't really post here or anything, but let's get me to 10,000 followers, I guess. Maybe you guys weren't being baby. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the class is ruined. I just think it's harder to use now. I do think the charge up time might be a tad slow. Man, that was the slowest 4-piece of my life. Maybe it is a little bit hard. But to be fair, I think the only unfair / hard part about it is the fact that it takes literal years to charge this thing up. Like, yeah, it should most definitely be the same time as the knife. Yeah, so I think in order to get a good gameplay, I'm gonna have to be playing against brain dead people. Just because, yeah, the charge up time is really what affects this. It's not the fact that you have to charge up, it's the fact that I can't fight someone who's shooting at me. By the time I'm done charging up, you've shot 10 AK shots into me. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be dead. There we go, okay. I got overwhelmed. That was honestly a really good kill streak though. Now I'm thinking about it, this is supposed to be a weapon balancing update, and how is it fair that people can output 10 times more damage than I can before I'm done charging up my gun? Then, yeah, I don't know. I'm getting better with it, that's for sure. Now that I think about it, even throwing knives can charge up faster than I can shoot. So am I better off just using a throwing knife? Because that's all this class really is at this point. Slow charging throwing knife. I don't know. Maybe you guys have a point. Maybe it is a tad hard. But like I've said 100 times, I think with the right balancing, it'll be perfectly fine. I just realized this. Everyone who got crossbow mastery before this update more or less cheated. I'm going to see if you can still trick shot with the crossbow. Maybe if you charge it up like way in the air. But at least for the time being, I think I can most definitely say snipers will always outplay crossbow in its current state. So if you don't like crossbows, use a sniper. I need this map for one reason, and one reason only. It's the only map that you might be able to trick shot with a crossbow. I forgot you had to track it. Oh god. Oh, and it overcharges. I forgot about that too. Ah, I wonder how good my KD would be if I didn't constantly go for trick shots and stupid stuff. What? Dude, burping's like farting. If you're not careful, the wrong thing will come out. Dude! 360. Yeah, I think this nuke's gonna be a little bit harder than anticipated. So yeah, one thing I most definitely noticed about the crossbows, you have to be very, very, very careful when and how and where you take your shots. Almost maybe a little bit too careful to the point where you barely can get any kills per game, assuming you want to go on like a new kill streak. Yeah, I joined at 3 minutes, and this is by far the closest I've gotten to a nuke. I was like 18-0 with like, I did that in 3 minutes. So I don't know, maybe if I can get like a slightly more populated, worse game, maybe I'd have better luck. That's the thing that I don't like, is I'm having to look for the bad lobbies instead of just being able to be a good player. And like, if I am gonna get a nuke, it has to be like in a dead lobby with two people who don't know how to play the game. Ah, and I just realized I was playing on 82 frames. I did that for an opening, I'm sad. That's what was keeping me back, nothing else. Chromebook player moment. Alright, yeah, so I think I've came to the conclusion you guys aren't being babies. It is slightly not balanced good. Only thing, like I said, that really I see an issue with is the charge time. Like I said, the only way I really see myself getting a nuke with this is if I find like a dead lobby, with really bad players. I could either get a nuke like that, or I could just leave it how it is, honestly. I like getting nukes, but at this point it'd just be getting a nuke to get a nuke. It wouldn't be interesting nor impressive. So are people valid about being mad about the crossbow? Kind of. I feel like honestly it's still a really good class, and in a one-on-one scenario it's honestly perfectly fine. But if you kill one person, there's immediately another person, you have no chance against them. The best way I'd put it is if you're playing against anyone who has a brain, you're probably going to lose the next gunfight. So yeah, best idea on how to make it a little bit more fair in terms of against other classes to just increase the charge time just by a tad. Honestly, I feel like the knife is a fair charge time. But like I said at the beginning of the video, please let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Besides this, I really feel like the balancing update went really good. I feel like all the classes still feel really good, and I really like the direction Krunker is going, especially with the next few updates. I'm super excited. And I guess that's going to do it for our buddy Poopy Crossbow. Thank you guys so much for watching the video once again, and as always, it's been your boy, CJ Or Sorable. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.